Let's talk about the actual thing that's going to get a customer to see your product and to get you that Amazon sale. Let's go. Hey, it's me, Karina. Welcome back to my Amazon FBA YouTube channel of daily YouTube videos. Today we're going to be talking about product photography and why it's so important to actually get you your Amazon FBA sale. We're going to be looking through some images so I can let you know what's actually good. And by the way, if you do want to know how to do product photography correctly and exactly what type of images you need to have in your Amazon FBA listing, I put together a guide which is linked down below because I like to provide you guys with tiny little help, like tips and tricks and help and sheets, everything that I can. So just download it down below, and then next time you're doing your product photography or getting your images together, you can follow the guideline and then actually be able to have the pictures that you want. But let's actually get into the computer so I can show you some of the kind of aspects we're going after, because a lot of Amazon sellers they're not completely honest with themselves. They put a photo up, and I know this because I've had a lot of coaching calls, and I look at the photo and I ask, realistically, if you compare yourself to everybody else on the first page, why would a customer buy your product in comparison to everybody else? And if you ask yourself that question, then you will be a lot more honest with yourself and judging your product photography and just the listing images you have, because that is very, very important. Images are going to sell your product. You cannot actually pick up your Amazon product so customers don't know what they're buying besides looking at the pictures. The first picture is very important because it lets basically the customer see what the product is in comparison to everything else. So why are they clicking on that picture? The goal is to get them inside your listing, and once they're inside, then you have the other 8 to 9 picture slots depending on the category you're in to sell that product to your customer. So if you don't have the other pictures in line, then it's not going to go well. So you really have to make sure that you're selling your customer on every single picture you have and that you're actually using up all the picture slots that are given to you. The first thing a person does is look at a photo, then they reference the price, then they reference the title, and then after they actually click into your images and your listing, they start to look at every other photo. So if it doesn't explain what the product is, exactly what it does, and essentially answer all of your customers' questions, then they have a high chance of literally clicking out of that and going into someone else's listing in the sponsored ads, for example, or if you scroll down below, anywhere, and they will do that. And that is why you will see that people are clicking on your listing and they're not buying your product when you're analyzing your campaigns and things like that. But essentially what I want to let you know is that you have to make sure that your pictures are amazing, and you want to actually answer as many questions as possible about the product in the photos. So literally anything, whether it's the dimensions, what the product does, how it's used, the lifestyle, everything, infographics. And like I said, if you want the guide on how to do that, then you can just download it below so you know exactly the breakdown of the 9 to 10 photos and what you should expect to have in there. But photos are important, so we can actually get into my computer so I can show you some listings. And actually a big mistake that a lot of Amazon sellers make, like with their photos, when they think it's good enough. And I really stress this because I know that this is the majority, one of the majority things, as opposed to, like, aside from picking your actual product, that's actually going to get you the Amazon sales. And that's why I really stress this, and I have an entire module about this in my Amazon FBA program, and I teach my students exactly how to get very high quality images for their listing at a very low cost. So that's always very beneficial to them. All right, so let's go into Amazon really quick, and I'm gonna show you some examples of photos. Let's just put in, how about glass containers? Those are really good ones. Not in the market, but a good example to show pictures, because people do go above and beyond with these sometimes. So as you can see here, basically everyone looks exactly the same in this industry. It's pretty much just glass Tupperware. But the thing that differentiates some of them, as you can clearly see, is that they actually put the effort to make this colorful and to put the product inside the container. Okay, obviously the fruits don't come with the container, but and it's also against Amazon's terms of service to do that, but Amazon probably will not flag you for this, and if they do, they'll just let you re-upload the photos, so it's not a big deal. But basically, this is what you want to do, okay? You have someone that's not doing anything at all, and you have someone that's actually putting colorful pictures and painting a photo for the customer of this is how it's gonna look like. So this looks really great as opposed to this. I would probably click on this as opposed to that, just because naturally it's more enticing, even though this is probably just as good of a product. It's probably actually the exact same thing. So when you are doing your first product, you want to put this in the first photo. You want to make sure that the first photo is the best possible thing that you can have. And then right here, if you can get away with putting something like this, you also want to do that. After the customer actually clicks into your photo, you want to show them that there are other things that are very interesting about your product, not just the first picture. So you want to have lifestyle photos, right? You want to have like 2 lifestyle photos. You want to have one that shows your product close up without anything in it, and maybe showing the dimensions of it or any features. If it's a 2-pack or a 3-pack, you want to really highlight that so the customer knows what it is. And if it's anything else that's annotated, for example, the features or a design, you want to zoom in on that and really show the customer that this is what we're changing. And the biggest thing as well with this is you want to show the customer the changes you made to the product. So if the market has bad reviews for some reason, maybe the lid is loose or it leaks, and the customer is very well aware of that, you want to take a photo and really emphasize that that is not happening in your product, because whoever the shopping is, they probably already know that issue, and they're probably going in to see if they can, you know, this is literally exactly what I mean right here. Look at this. So this person's literally showing it's BPA free, whatever, 100% healthy, whatever. But they're showing this is leak proof. You see, this is a great visual way to show. And I would even go as far to write leak proof or have a good seals. I would actually take the words and put them on the image. You don't want to just do an image alone. And this is what I was gonna say. This is one of the biggest issues that Amazon sellers make, is they don't actually verbalize the benefits on the photos. They put them in the description and maybe the title and the bullets and everything, but as far as actually writing it on the product itself, they don't do that, and that's what kind of sets it back, because customers look through these photos and they want to see basically everything they're looking for just on the photos. So even with things like this, I would put titles, I would put annotations on this, and it's good, but it's still coming up one step short. You really need to put annotations on here. Just as here, it's lifestyle and it's great, but it's not doing the full benefit. This might be doing only 50% of the benefit. I do like this though a lot, and I always suggest infographics such as these to really highlight the benefits. Like, it's oven safe, it's microwave safe, you can put it in the freezer, you can put it in the dishwasher, so showing multi-use. Right here, of course, again, I would annotate and I would put something here. I would not just ever leave a product like this annotated. All of my products, honestly, I go through very long lengths to put basically as much of the bullets I can in 2 to 3 words on each photo, and that is what you have to do. Do not like, this is good, reusable, BPA free, even that, but I would, and the sizes here, this is great. They have it in inches and in centimeters, so this is literally what you want to do, but also take it to the next notch. Get a graphic designer, a graphic artist on Fiverr for very less expensive, guide them on what to do, and trust me, your product is just going to go above and beyond. And when customers are actually reading it, it's going to be less of a hassle to be reading all these bullet points, although you should have them. Don't get me wrong, that's 100%, but you need to make sure that you are annotating your photos basically to the max degree that you possibly can. And like I said, if you want a breakdown of the photos, exactly like how many of each you should have, how many lifestyles, what other ones, infographics, I made a guide that's linked down below, because of course I want you to be successful. And just, even if you're not doing your product photography now or your listings or anything, just download it for the future, because you will come to that stage later in your Amazon FBA journey, and then you can download that and have it very, very beneficial to you. And of course, all my links are down below. I have a program, I have one-on-one mentorship, I have obviously daily YouTube videos on here. And leave a comment down below letting me know how far you are in your Amazon FBA journey, and I will reply to it. And yeah, just focus on improving your listing, and photos will sell the product. So really focus on that, and I will see you in my next video.